Hello friends, welcome back to the Ray Moon Oracle. I'm Rayo and today we're going to do another crystal video. So today I wanted to talk about Sunstone. Sunstone is a fun one that I feel really, energetically, I feel really strongly sometimes. Sunstone I pick up for very specific reasons, which we'll cover here in a minute, but Sunstone I enjoy the feeling of a lot of the time. And I was actually just thinking the other day, I usually have a lot of bracelets I'll wear sometimes, and I actually don't have a Sunstone one, and I really want to get one because I'm I definitely need that, especially coming into the winter months, which I'll talk about here. So Sunstone is a type of feldspar, which is a combination of silicate minerals. You'll see lots of different combinations of feldspar and different stones. That'll be a combination of them. So this is a crystal that has inclusions of hematite usually, or geothiotite, something like that, and sometimes copper. So that gives it the little different flashes and sheens of little sparkles that we'll see, or that kind of glitter effect, which is called Aventus. Oh, what's the word? There's a specific word for how that shine works, the metallic glitter in it, which is let's see if I can pronounce it. Venture essence. There we go. Adventure essence. So that's the word that's used for kind of that metallic glittery shine here. So I got a picture of the three stones I got in Sunstone right here, so that you can see, and then I'll kind of show them up close as well. But in terms of power and energy, spiritual healing for Sunstone, right? So I got my awesome Sunstone pyramid right here. Let's see, you can kind of see. Come on, close. There we go. Can kind of see the shine in it there. If we can get that side right there. Oh, maybe. There we go, kind of. So as I'm moving it, you can kind of get the flashes of the coloring in there. Here's my palm stone of Sunstone. So that it's a beautiful orangey kind of pinky brown stone, and I like my palm stone a lot because this one's a really good flat piece, and it's really good to kind of just pop in the side of a pocket or something like that. I got a really cute little piece right here. You can kind of see some of the shine in this one here. Focus, there we go. Beauty Guru focus, there we go. There's a little bit. You can see that little end of the shine glitter right there. So with it being called a sunstone, that brings to mind all the sun imagery, right? So we've got that energy of joy, light, just the energy in general. Sunstone, for me, in doing research on the stone as well, just brings a lot of energy and vitality to the person using it. So that has that warmth to it, the vitality, if you think about the sun, right? So all those associations with the sun, you can kind of attribute to sunstone here. With it also being attributed to the sun, and if you think in terms of astrology, right? If we think about what the sun stands for, that sun is talking about our ego, confidence, our empowerment, and these are all things that the sunstone has as well. So it's good for our ego and self-confidence, self-empowerment, so independence, our feelings of self-worth. And with the connection to the sun, it's also very helpful in my experience for those kind of darker moods. When I'm kind of in a more negative mood or feeling that not quite too depression yet, but it can be helpful for that, is what I've done some research on and heard from other people. It's those darker moods or that kind of seasonal depression. Sunstone's really good for that because it kind of helps bring in the energy that you would have. It has that kind of summery feeling to it, a summery energy. And Sunstone is also really good for absorbing negative energy. With this, though, there comes the caveat that you kind of need to cleanse Sunstone pretty frequently because it does do this process of absorbing so well, absorbing that negative energy that's around you in your energy fields. So you need to cleanse the sunstone a lot in order to help the sunstone stay in good shape, pretty much, right? So cleansing a sunstone in the sun's probably going to be your best bet. You got to be careful with that with all crystals, though, because it can lighten the stone over time, bleach them pretty much, but that is one of the preferred ways I like to recharge my sunstone, is with the suns, hence its namesake, or I'll do smoke cleansing with it usually. But that's usually what I do with all my crystals. So we got that optimism and enthusiasm that comes with sunstone as well, because it's a very positive stone. So it brings in those positive feelings. It's helping with those darker emotions and helps transmute that energy because it does absorb negative energy. It can help us bring those repressed emotions up and help us transmute them and change them for self-healing. In terms of chakras, the sunstone is going to be very connected to the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. In terms of color-wise, that's where that sacral chakra really comes in for the kind of orangey color. That's our creativity, our power, right? And like more like the sensual power further down, right? With that orange color, and then our sacral chakra being kind of where that sun energy usually sits, right? That's like our ego, our power, our confidence, self-worth that's coming out of the solar plexus chakra, right? That's center of like power moving out. So it's very good for helping energize these chakras specifically and cleansing all chakras and kind of helping brighten all of our chakras throughout all of the energy field here. Something that was interesting that I read, saw in a couple different places when I was doing more research for Sunstone specifically, was the ability for Sunstone to help with energetic ties, or what they call hooks. In this case, the word hooks came up a couple times when I was doing research about Sunstone. So those ties that others have to us that are draining of our energy. These unwanted energetic ties that are like hooked into like our energetic fields. It's certain chakra potentially in this case, where people are draining us of energy. And Sunstone apparently helps with removal of these hooks, as they call it, these hooks, and pretty much returns to sender with like gentle love and positive energy, where it's like, okay, you take that back. I don't need this. That's your energy. Keep your energy. Here's it back to you. Gentle, lovingly return to sender. So I thought that was a very good and interesting thing for Sunstone. It gives it a good spiritual purpose in terms of work for like shaman work or psychic work, people that are help others with those processes to remove energetic ties that are draining, like those energy vampires. So it's a good stone in that case for the person who works in that like psychic field, that psychic energy. So when I have Sunstone in my hand, as I'm playing with my palm stone here, it's something I read as well, but the energy to me does feel this way, where it's kind of that like golden white light, right? You think of the sun shining down on like, not quite like a hot summer's day, but like a little like a 70-degree Fahrenheit day or something, that just like that gentle heat, that gentle like feeling, and it's like that warm glow. So it's like a golden white light to me. And that gives like that like gentle summery energy. So with it also being attached to those, the solar plexus chakra and our sacral chakra, there's a connection to a little bit more masculine energy as well. So you're thinking about those more masculine energy traits, that confidence, that willpower, that leadership energy. Sunstone has a much more masculine energy, unlike its counterpart Moonstone, which has a more feminine energy. I like to use both in tan together. They're really a good combination together, Moonstone and Sunstone. I do think I have a couple more pieces of Moonstone than I do Sunstone, but I have a good amount of both, and I like to have both with me a lot of the time. When I feel the need of one specifically, I think they balance each other out really well, so that helps overall balance me when I have them on me. With the sun energy as well of Sunstone, that also brings like a lot of prosperity and luck and good fortune and abundance to us. So that is a good stone to have around you when you just need a little bit more luck in your life. You're trying to do a spell for abundance. Sunstone's a good one for that as well. Having a tie to that sun energy, so that like Jupiter expansion energy plus the sun and the light, and like adding light into the situation. So we got that fortune and abundance and luck coming in with the Sunstone, which I enjoy a lot. And it's fun because this stone's like my palm stone right here. As I'm playing with it, I can feel it warming up in my hand right now. So that's a really just gentle stone. It's not like as gentle as some of the other stones I've had, but it does its work with this masculine, it's more masculine, like leadership, confidence work in a little bit more subtle way than other stones. Say like a bloodstone, for example. Bloodstone's a little bit more hard hitting in comparison, I'd say, versus Sunstone, at least in my personal opinion on use of those stones. So Sunstone, I think, is a good one to have in the collection just to brighten up your mood. That's usually what I use it for, is like when I like feel a little bit down in the dumps a little bit, or having like an off day, I'll grab one of my Sunstone pieces to have on me, because it'll just help brighten up my energy field, and I can feel the difference there. So Sunstone's actually a pretty easy one to find. So it has a very distinct look to it. It's usually going to be in this kind of orangey pinky color like this. Get close again. There we go. Orangey pinky color. It'll vary piece to piece, right? So my small one right here is much darker than the palm stone here, but It's a pretty distinct looking stone. You'll be able to tell it apart pretty easy when you're in the crystal shop and trying to figure out which one is what and everything. Sunstone's pretty easy to recognize, and it's pretty common as well. There's places that it's mined here in the United States. I think it's in India and Russia, so it's pretty common all over the world and easy to find. So when you need a piece, you can get one pretty easy. So I recommend Sunstone for lots of people. It's an easy stone to work with in my experience as well. So a fun, beautiful stone, and one that I think I need to keep this pyramid around a little bit. I'll keep it probably out with my other sets of crystals right here, because I'm definitely going to feel the energy or need the energy now as I'm going into the winter months here in the Northern Hemisphere. So, but that's all I have for us today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this little video here about Sunstone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.